Hello students, welcome you all in the class of statistics. Today we will going to start our discussion on topic classification and about the raw data, which is the basic concepts of data condensation. Okay, first of all we see that what is the raw data. The unprocessed data items in terms of individual observation is known as a raw data, and we can say that in order to study the characteristics or a group of characteristics of any type, the first step is what? To collect the data. To collect the data. Okay, and व्हाट इज़ द रॉ डेटा नाउ. देखो बच्चों, अभी आप मान के चलो कि हमें हमारे क्लास के स्टूडेंट्स का BMI कैलकुलेट करना है. तो BMI इज डिपेंड ऑन टू क्वांटिटीज. व्हाट इज दैट टू क्वांटिटीज? हाइट एंड वेट. ओके, ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ दिस टू क्वांटिटीज वी विल कैलकुलेट द BMI फॉर आवर क्लास. ओके, क्लास स्टूडेंट्स. ओके, तो अभी मान के चलो हमारे क्लास में 100 स्टूडेंट्स है. ओके, और 100 स्टूडेंट्स का हमें BMI कैलकुलेट करना है. तो हम ये सारा डेटा जो कलेक्ट करते हैं, अभी मान के चलो हमने कुछ तो भी क्वेश्चनर प्रिपेयर कर लिए. व्हाट इज़ द हाइट ऑफ, व्हाट इज़ द हाइट, व्हाट इज़ द वेट, लाइक दैट एक्सेट्रा एक्सेट्रा. और हमने फर्स्ट पेज में हम जो डेटा कलेक्ट करते हैं, तो उस डेटा को हम क्या कहते हैं? रॉ डेटा. मान के चलो कि हमने 100 स्टूडेंट्स का डेटा कलेक्ट कर लिया है हाइट और वेट के बारे में. तो मान के चलो कि किसी स्टूडेंट ने हमें हाइट 5.6 ओके ये बताई, और किसी स्टूडेंट ने मान के चलो हमें ये बताई 100 सेंटीमीटर. ओके, तो ये क्या हो गया? ये सारे इस डेटा में क्या हो गया? कुछ तो भी हाइट का जो डेटा है वो इन टर्म्स ऑफ फीट और इंचेस में है, और कुछ स्टूडेंट्स के हाइट का डेटा इन टर्म्स ऑफ सेंटीमीटर है. ओके, तो हम इस सारे डेटा को क्या कहते हैं? रॉ डेटा. ओके, और आपको पता है स्टैटिस्टिकल एनालिसिस करने के लिए हम क्या करते हैं? डेटा को अरेंज्ड फॉर्म में अरेंज करते हैं डेटा को. यानी कि मान के चलो हम इस सारे ऑब्जर्वेशंस को या तो इंक्रीजिंग ऑर्डर में अरेंज करेंगे या फिर डिक्रीजिंग ऑर्डर में अरेंज करेंगे, या फिर मान के चलो ये अभी हमें क्या करना पड़ेगा? फर्दर एनालिसिस करने के लिए हमें BMI, अगर मान के चलो BMI कैलकुलेट करना है, तो आपको पता है BMI का फॉर्मूला है हाइट इन सेंटीमीटर एंड वेट इन kg. ओके, तो हम क्या करेंगे? ये सारे जो हाइट का डेटा है वो हम क्या करेंगे? इन टर्म्स ऑफ सेंटीमीटर उसे कन्वर्ट करेंगे. ओके, लेकिन उसके पहले हमने जो डेटा कलेक्ट किया है 100 स्टूडेंट्स का, तो उस डेटा को हम क्या कहते हैं? रॉ डेटा. एंड इन टर्म्स ऑफ स्टैटिस्टिक्स वी कैन सी दैट द अनप्रोसेस्ड डेटा आइटम्स इन टर्म्स ऑफ इंडिविजुअल ऑब्जर्वेशन. इंडिविजुअल ऑब्जर्वेशन मीन्स व्हाट? ये मान के चलो ये पहले स्टूडेंट का हाइट और वेट का डेटा हो गया, ये इंडिविजुअल ऑब्जर्वेशन. ये सेकेंड स्टूडेंट का हाइट और वेट का डेटा हो गया. ओके, सो इस डेटा को हम क्या कहते हैं, और इस सारी प्रोसेस को हम क्या कहते हैं? रॉ डेटा. ओके, नाउ what is the classification and what are the different methods are available in statistics for classification. Okay, so the basic definition of classification is what? The entire process of making homogeneous and non-overlapping groups of observation according to the similarities is called as a classification. Okay, the entire process of making homogeneous. अभी मैंने आपको बताया है, हम यही एग्जाम्पल कंटिन्यू करते हैं BMI का. होमोजीनियस मीन्स व्हाट? हाइट का ये जो सारा डेटा है ये इन टर्म्स ऑफ सेंटीमीटर होना चाहिए. मीन्स व्हाट? होमोजीनियस मीन्स एक जैसा, सारा डेटा जो है वो एक जैसा ही होना चाहिए इन टर्म्स ऑफ सेंटीमीटर, और वेट का सारा जो डेटा है वो इन टर्म्स ऑफ kg होना चाहिए. तो इसे हम क्या कहते हैं? होमोजीनियस एंड नॉन ओवरलैपिंग. ओके, नॉन ओवरलैपिंग मतलब हमें ग्रुप्स ऐसे क्रिएट करने हैं कि किसी एक का डेटा दूसरे ऑब्जर्वेशंस में नहीं जाना चाहिए. तो हम उसे क्या कहते हैं? नॉन ओवरलैपिंग ग्रुप्स ऑफ ऑब्जर्वेशंस according to the similarities. Okay, सिमिलैरिटीज मीन्स व्हाट, अभी हमें BMI कैलकुलेट करना है तो हम हाइट वेट का ही डेटा कैलकुलेट करेंगे, ओके तो उसे हम क्या कहते हैं, सिमिलैरिटीज. सो दिस इज द बेसिक डेफिनेशन फॉर क्लासिफिकेशन. एंड उसे हम इस सारे ग्रुप्स को हम क्या कहते हैं, इट इज़ ऑल्सो नोन एज क्लास इंटरवल और क्लासेस, ओके. अभी मान के चलो कि हमने ये सारे क्लास इंटरवल और क्लासेस मीन्स सी ईयर, हमने पिछले लेक्चर में देखा था ये 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, इस सारे इस प्रोसेस को हम क्या कहते हैं, क्लास इंटरवल और क्लासेस, ओके. नाउ फर्दर वी विल डिस्कस द different methods of classification, okay. Basically there are two types of classification, inclusive method of classification and exclusive method of classification. Now these are the two methods for classification. First one is inclusive method of classification and second one is exclusive method of classification. There is some basic difference between these two methods. What is that difference? See here, you can see that here upper limit is included in the same class, ओके. ये हमने 3 क्लासेस यहाँ पे लिए हैं और आप यहाँ पे देख सकते हो बच्चों कि अपर लिमिट इज इंक्लूडेड इन दिस सेम क्लास, ओके. दैट्स व्हाई दिस मेथड इज नोन एज इंक्लूसिव मेथड ऑफ क्लासिफिकेशन, बिकॉज अपर लिमिट included in the same class, it is not included in the next class, okay. And that's why this method is known as a inclusive method of classification. And in second method of classification, upper limit is included in the next class also, okay. And this method is known as exclusive method of classification, okay. You can see that these are the continuous classes without any gap, okay. See here, upper limit 3000 and it is included in the next class. In the second class, upper limit is 4000 and it is also included in the next class, okay. Now the next definition is for class limits. The two number designating the class intervals is known as class limit, okay. Now for this data, see here, these are the two number designating the class interval, and these two numbers are known as class limits, okay. Now we will see how to convert these class limits into the class boundaries, okay. How to convert class limits into the class boundaries, okay. How to do that? Using just two simple steps, we can convert these class limits into the class boundaries, okay. Now these are the class limits, okay. 10 to 19, 20 to 29 and 30 to 39, okay. Now how to do that? See here, these are the class limits. This is the lower limit and this is the upper limits, okay. The two number designating the class interval is known as class limits, okay. This is the lower limit and this is the upper limit, and now this is the lower limit for the next class and this is the upper limit for next class. So how to convert these class limits into the class boundaries? See here, just take the difference between two numbers, okay. What are that two numbers? See here, lower limit of the next class and upper limit of the previous class. Take the difference between these two numbers, 20 minus 19, okay. This is equal to 1 and this number is divided by 2. What we will get? We will get the number 0.5, okay. And this number subtract from this lower limit and add this number to this upper limit. Okay, and now we will get the two numbers, and that two numbers is known as class boundaries. See here, now we subtract 0.5 from this 10. Okay, what we will get? 9.5. okay, and add this number here, so what we will get? 19.5. okay, similar procedure we will apply for these two next class limits. Okay, so see here, subtract 0.5 from this lower limit, what we will get? 19.5, and add this 0.5 into to this upper limit, so what we will get? 29.5. and similarly for the last class limit, 30.5 to 39.5. okay, so using just two simple steps, okay, we can convert this class limits into the class boundaries. Okay, note that for the exclusive method of classification, class limits and class boundaries are same. Okay, note down this point, for which method of classification class limits and class boundaries are same. So for the exclusive method of classification. Okay, now the actual definition of class boundaries is what? It is the actual limits or extended limits. Okay, next definition is what? Class mark or mid values. How to calculate the mid values or how to calculate class mark. Okay, हम आगे जाके सीखने वाले हैं मीन कैसे कैलकुलेट करते हैं, मीडियन कैसे कैलकुलेट करते हैं. तो मीन कैलकुलेट करने के लिए हमें मिड वैल्यूज़ की ज़रूरत होती है. सो द बेसिक डेफिनेशन फॉर द क्लास मार्क और मिड वैल्यूज इज व्हाट? अपर लिमिट प्लस लोअर लिमिट डिवाइडेड बाय 2. ओके, और वी कैन जस्ट से दैट इंस्टेड ऑफ अपर लिमिट, upper boundary plus lower boundary divided by 2. This is the formula for calculating the mid values. Okay, now how to calculate the class width, or what is the basic definition of class width? It is the actual length of class interval. Okay, and formula for that is upper limit minus lower limit. This is the formula for class width. Okay, now we will see the basic definitions and basic concepts that are included in the topic data condensation, such as what are the open end classes, how to calculate the cumulative frequencies, and how to calculate the relative frequencies. Okay, what are the open end classes? The classes in which one of the limits is not specified, these classes are known as open end classes. See, in this example there are two open end classes. See here, these are the two open end classes. In the first class, lower limit is not specified here, and in the last class, upper limit is not specified here. So this type of classes is known as open end classes. What are the two types of frequencies? There are two types of frequencies in the topic data condensation. First one is cumulative frequencies and second one is relative frequencies. Okay, what are that two frequencies? See here, in many situations it is required to find the number of observations below or above the certain values. Okay, for example, let us say that in case of frequency distribution of income, the number of persons below the poverty line. And second example is for cumulative frequency is what? In what situation we use this type of frequency? See here, in case of marks of candidates having marks is greater than 60. Okay, so when we use the cumulative frequencies, in many situations it is required to find the number of observations, okay, below or above the certain values. मान के चलो हमारे क्लास में हमें ये पता लगाना है कि स्टूडेंट्स की हाइट इज ग्रेटर दैन 156 सेंटीमीटर. ओके, सो इन दैट सिचुएशन वी यूज द cumulative frequencies. Okay, so how to calculate this particular frequencies? Basically there are two types of cumulative frequencies: less than cumulative frequencies and more than cumulative frequencies. According to the definition, there are two types: less than cumulative frequencies and more than cumulative frequencies. C dot F dot, this is the short form for cumulative frequencies. So how to calculate? See here, for this data we will calculate both the frequencies, less than cumulative frequencies and more than cumulative frequencies. In this particular data, class intervals and frequencies are given here. So how to calculate less than cumulative frequency? Firstly, we calculate the less than. Okay, for the less than cumulative frequencies, we follow the top down approach. Okay, means what? First frequency write down as it is. First number is what? 5. Okay, so write it as same 5. Then for the next frequency we add the first frequency into the next one. So how? 5 plus 12. Okay, 5 plus 12 equal to 17. Okay, for the next frequency, see here, 17 plus 15. Okay, calculate this 17 plus 15 and see here 32. Okay, now 32 plus 4, this one is 36, and last 36 plus 4, this is 40. Okay, so these are the less than cumulative frequencies for this particular data. Now the second type is what? More than cumulative frequencies. How to calculate this? For this more than cumulative frequencies, we follow the bottom to top approach. How to do it? See here. Now bottom to top means what? Write down the last frequency as it is. So write here, see, 4 as it is. Okay, now 4 plus 4, the next one is 8. Okay, 8 plus 15, this is 23. Okay, now you will also calculate all the frequencies. 23 plus 12, so 35. Okay, and 35 plus 5, this is the 40. Okay, so in this manner we will calculate the less than frequencies and more than cumulative frequencies for any kind of data. Now the next frequency is what? Next type of frequency is relative frequencies. Okay, in what situations we use the relative frequencies? See here, two different frequency distribution may not have the same total frequency. Okay, this is the basic requirement. Two different frequency distribution may not have the same total frequency. Hence, for the purpose of comparison and interpretation, okay, for the purpose of comparison and interpretation, sometimes it is better to express the class frequency in terms of proportion. Okay, so in that situation we use the relative frequencies. So now what is the basic formula for relative frequencies? R dot F dot, this is the short form for relative frequencies. So how to calculate it? The basic formula for that, class frequency divided by total frequency. you should remember this formula in order to calculate relative frequency. So class frequency divided by total frequency. So for this particular data, now we will calculating the relative frequencies. This particular data now consists of class intervals and frequencies. Okay, how to calculate relative frequencies according to this formula? Class frequency divided by total frequency. Okay, firstly we will calculate the total of this column. Okay, total of the frequency. So calculate here total. Here the total for frequency column is equal to 100. Okay, and now we will calculate the relative frequency corresponding to the each class interval. Okay, so how to do it? Firstly, class frequency is what? 5 and total frequency is what? 100. So for the first class, 5 divided by 100. Okay, and you will get the relative frequencies such as 0.05, and in that similar manner we will calculate all the relative frequencies corresponding to the each class intervals. Okay, clear this much now? These are the two basic frequencies, cumulative frequencies and relative frequencies. Okay.